What do you think, Grizz? Is it working? So we got a 60-inch heavy-duty Deere broom. I guess that's Boob, my dog. Hey, buddy. He's a shop dog. But anyways, 60-inch heavy-duty broom. We're draining the oil on the gear case. This is a pretty dirt nasty way to do it. So the way these things are designed, they are more complex than they need to be. There's better brooms that are made and whatnot, but I have these brooms and that's just what we're doing for now. So the brooms are nice, so I'm just happy to have a broom. But yeah, they are a lot to maintain, the parts are expensive and all that. But this is how you do a 60-inch heavy-duty Deere broom for changing the gear oil. This is at least how I do it. I just take out my top link, my turnbuckle. You take that out, and then that enables the attachment part of the broom to pivot independently of the hood and the reel and all that. And then you can basically just lift the whole broom up from your handles. You get a lot of leverage and stand it up on end. And then your gear case is hidden in here, so you want your gear case to be vertical. They only give you a fill, they don't give you a drain on the bottom. This is the bottom plate. You think when I first got it, you would like take these bolts out or something and then there'd be a drain here. Nope, it's nothing like that. All they give you is a fill. Not a fill necessarily, but a level check is what I would call it. And it also doubles as a drain plug. You have to change your gravity because they don't give you a drain, so you got to make it a drain. So you lift the whole broom up 90 degrees, and then this check port that's normally on the front face of the broom, that's vertical, it becomes your drain port or your drain plug. So then your top plug is right at the tip of my finger there. That's your actual fill plug, your top plug, your vent. Those get plugged, those have to get taken out and cleaned. Even if you keep that top part clear, you can put a needle through it and say, oh, it's clear, that's great, good to go. No, you need to take it out, and I just blow on it with my lips or whatnot until, to check it. But you need to be able to kind of breathe, through that plug. Just putting a needle through the top of it or a piece of welding wire and clearing that out doesn't clear it. It also plugs other places. So just make sure that's clear, otherwise you get leaks in the gearbox apparently and all that. As it turns out, yeah, pressures happen. Especially when these are used, they're used in extreme temperatures, and if you change the oil when it's cold or something, like right now I'm changing the oil when it's cold and it all gets sealed up, and let's say that plug is not free, it's plugged up, or that vent is plugged, you take it into hot weather in the summer, and I bet your pressure builds up in that box too in the summer, and you might be leaking in the summer just because there's all that pressure. If you change it and it's 30 degrees in your shop or something, and in the summer it's 100 degrees and that vent is plugged since the winter, you got definite expansion of air and shit's getting plugged, and pressure is building up. But this is a pretty dirt nasty way how to do it. So yeah, you just take your top link off, you can pivot this whole thing. The part I didn't show you is in order to get this plug out, you can take it out just like how it is. You can fit a little Allen in there, and you can take out a couple bolts here between this lift frame and then the shielding on the hood, and that'll give you some free movement. Otherwise, you actually, when this top link is out of here, these arms will go way, way, way down too. So then that front face of the sweeper, where that check plug is that I was talking about, which is now a drain plug, that'll actually almost get to the very top where this plug is right now. You can turn the whole square and rotate it 90 degrees the other way or 180 degrees the other way. And then you can get an Allen right on top here and get in there and do it. So that's the best way to do it that I found. These are a booger to maintain and all that, but they work. A broom is really nice to have. So And this goes on like a 14, what we run it on is a 1435 Series 2. We got 2 of those machines. Each one has one of these brooms on it. So there you go. There's a little tip. And then I'm just making this too so that in the future, when I go to service this, there's only so much time and I can't spend forever trying to figure stuff out. So I serviced the other one like a month ago, the other broom. I couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't figure it out. I was tired or whatnot and we were busy. I have more time right now and I figured this out right away, but figured I'd take a video just so I have it. Maybe I'll put it on YouTube and I can search for it. I'll have my own channel that I'll keep my notes on, and then I can always watch stuff, and so I remember it. Then it's not all on my phone. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. So if I lose my phone, then at least I still have the videos on YouTube. But that's enough talking. Looks like this is almost done for oil. As far as filling it goes, what I was thinking for the fill procedure was you can rotate this, like I was saying, you can rotate it down the other way. These arms and gearbox can rotate down this way. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I probably can stand it up like this, rotate it down this way, get it filled up, and I'll get it level and filled up. And then when oil starts coming out that check plug, I'll rotate it up quick and throw the plug in from underneath or whatnot. Or that, what I'll do, all right, this is the right way to do it. So from this position, what do you think, Riz? From this position, right now, the fill plug is facing the same as the PTO shaft. The check plug is on the bottom, acting as a drain plug. You rotate this assembly down so that the fill plug is right on top and it's flat. You fill through the fill plug until it comes out the drain plug. Then you keep going down after that, because otherwise you're going to lose oil if you flip it the other direction. If that makes sense, it'll be full, but then you don't have access to put the plug back in it, into the drain plug or the check plug hole. So you actually go down more. Once you get it level and you fill while it's level, so that vent plug is at the very top and flat. Then you get that filled up. It starts leaking out of your drain plug, check plug hole, and then you go down farther yet. And if you go down farther yet, that check plug will go from the front face or from the bottom where it is at right now. It is a drain plug, and it will go up to the top, so you can reinstall your drain plug, or you can reinstall that plug in there, and then flip it the other way, and you don't lose any oil or anything, and you got the exact capacity for the gearbox. So that's how you do it. So yeah, the simplest way to do these is tip them up like this vertical, take out your top link, and manipulate the direction of the gearbox. You just use gravity to your advantage, and then you have access. So, and then you're always accessing your drain plug up here instead of like from underneath. Don't access it from down there. Just work on top and you're set. So that worked pretty good. I got the perfect little drain pan. It fits right in here. I'm gonna go into town and grab parts. Another little problem that we have is this likes to work its way out on its own. It rotates on its own, and I think this bolt in the back actually rotates on its own too. The way it's set up, the broom, I don't know, just this bolt can rotate on its own. It has its own keeper, but it needs to be longer. I got to add on to this so that can't rotate. And then I have a feeling that this also can rotate on its own, even with this bolt through here. So I was going to put a hole through this keeper, because the keeper can't rotate once I add length onto it. But pull a hole in there and then put some sort of a link, like even just a zip tie or something, between. I was just going to do Velcro or something like that, a little Velcro link or whatever, string, I don't care, but something between that plate that I add onto and then this little lever, and then nothing can rotate. What happens is it keeps rotating. The bolt comes out of the turnbuckle, and sweeper goes nuts, you know what I mean? Because you have all this, like us. What I'm taking advantage of right now is when the turnbuckle is out, you can just whip this all around. Well, when the PTO is going and that's on the ground and then that turnbuckle comes out, it impales itself into the ground really hard. Don't ask me how we know that. I think that happened a couple times. So what fixed it is we did put a zip tie through this hole where the bolt is, and we just went through here and zip tied it. So one zip tie from around this frame through where the bolt goes, and that it hasn't happened since, but I'm sick of having a zip tie, and with the zip tie in there I can't adjust my turnbuckle, and so hopefully I do something a little bit more permanent and then it's done. But that's all for now.